This video will help you use a move block to make your robot move backwards and forwards and in curved lines and to make it spin. First thing you need to do is down the bottom here, make sure you have the three colours clicked because then you have more options. The move block is up the top and it has two cogs together like that. You will see it's got a number of aspects to it. It's got an arrow that tells you whether your robot will be going forwards or backwards. It's got a little speedometer here that tells you how much power the motors have, and the more power they have, the faster they go. And this bit here tells you how it is programmed. Something else to be aware of, up the top here, it has two letters. These are the letters that tell you which motors are going to be moving. So this one has motors C and B. We can change it down the bottom. So down here you can see if you have motors A and B, you would click A and B. If you want your robot to move forwards or backwards, or maybe you want your robot to stop. Down here is your steering. If it is straight ahead, your robot will move straight ahead. Move it this way, your robot will move to the right. Move it this way, your robot will move to the left. If you go right over as far as you can, your robot will spin around. You have got your power here. The larger the number, the more power the robot has and the faster it will go. And then you've got the duration. Now, there's lots of different ways to program a robot to tell it how long to move. So if we go to the drop down arrow here, you can get the robot to move for unlimited, which means it'll go forever or until something else happens that tells it to move on to the next block. You can tell it to go for degrees, and that is how much the motor rotates. For 360 degrees, the motor makes one whole rotation. 180 degrees, the motor makes half a rotation. Or you can tell it to move in rotations. So of course, one rotation would equal 360 degrees. Rotations are really good to use when you want your robot to move an exact distance. The other way of programming it to move is by seconds. And when you use seconds, the robot will move for a certain amount of time. Now, depending on the power speed, will depend on how far the robot will move in that time. Or if the battery is getting really low, the robot might not move as far in the same amount of seconds. So using seconds is not as accurate if you want to move a set distance, but it is really good if you want the robot to move for a certain amount of time. Of course, you can drag other move blocks. So you might want your robot to do a spin, then you might want it to go forwards, and then you might want it to go backwards. And each of your move blocks, you go down here and you set them according to the parameters down the bottom.